We are all unique. Some of us like to skydive, while others prefer to scuba dive. Some of us like to dress up. Some of us like to dress our dogs up. Either way, expressing who we are and being comfortable in our own skin is key to our own personal development. Endorsing diversity should be something we start from an early age. Teaching a young girl that it's fine if she wants short hair, to wear jeans, play football, or play in the mud. And teaching a young boy that it's equally okay to have long hair, like dressing up, to play with dolls, and play in the mud too, is vital in creating a safe and supportive environment for children. All children should know that there are happy gay people in the world, some of whom might be mummies and daddies, brothers, sisters, aunts and uncles. They should know that it's okay for two men or two women to love each other. It's simple, and it will allow them to grow as accepting people in a world where diversity and uniqueness are celebrated.
Children in early years in primary schools are like sponges. They soak up information at a fantastic rate. What they take in and the messages they receive and internalise at this age are vital in the foundations of becoming effective contributors, successful learners, responsible citizens, and most importantly here, confident individuals. For most children, between the ages of 3 and 5 years old, they start to develop their own sense of gender identity. For the vast majority of children, this will match the sex that they are born with. Boys will identify as boys, girls will identify as girls. For some children though, this is when they start to identify with a different gender, or with both genders, or with neither gender. Being constantly placed in gendered situations or having gender expectations forced upon them can be very challenging for all young people. The most obvious example in a classroom setting is when a teacher asks the class to line up boys on one side, girls on the other. For children who may be questioning their own gender, this simple request can be quite distressing. As teachers, we are much less likely to impose the strict gender stereotypes that some of us grew up with. The idea that boys play football and girls play netball, that boys run around and get messier and girls are neat and tidy and play house. However, there are still instances when reinforcing gender stereotypes can happen, so it's something to watch out for. This is especially true in what we choose to praise in girls and boys' behaviour. Girls are often praised for being neat and tidy, looking pretty and being helpful, whereas boys are praised for more making and doing and for being leaders. Children are often the most common culprits in policing gender stereotypes. They can be quick to label a toy a boy's toy or a girl's toy and will police its use, even to the extent of mocking someone of the wrong gender who plays with it. Our responsibility as educators is to ensure that these messages are challenged and that all children are treated equally. This is so simple, and a lot of it's probably what you're doing already. Treat all children equally. There are no girls' toys, there's no boys' toys. There's nothing for girls only or boys only. What's praiseworthy for one gender is praiseworthy for both. Try not to split your class by gender. Say children, or use their class name if they have one, rather than saying boys and girls. Have positive visual displays of boys and girls doing different things. If you have a construction zone or you're doing a topic of construction, make sure you have pictures of men and women on construction sites. If you have a home area or you're doing a topic on life at home, make sure you have pictures of men and women both doing housework and cooking. For example, have pictures of single-parent families, of grandparents as primary caregivers, and of same-sex couples as parents. When asked about gender issues, can boys do X, can girls do Y, can two girls get married, be sure to be as inclusive as possible.
Ensure you treat all children the same, regardless of their gender. Challenge the gender stereotyping you hear from children, colleagues and parents, wherever possible. Create inclusive displays which show positive images of LGBT people and break down gender stereotypes. Have in the library and read books to children which have LGBT voices and identities in them. Encourage learning that challenges gender norms and expectations through open dialogue and discussion with children. Encourage individuality. Celebrate diversity.